Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani are nearing their 10-year anniversary being a couple, being with one another ever since the two met back in 2014. They are also nearing their 3-year wedding anniversary. As we know, Blake and Gwen married one another on Blake Shelton's ranch back in the year of 2021. And ever since, throughout this entire time that they have been together, they have looked to just be so happy in their relationship. You know, Blake Shelton has really fallen into the role of stepdad with Gwen Stefani's 3 children from her previous marriage with Bush's frontman Gavin Rossdale. And unfortunately, like the two have before and in the past, they have been victim to speculation and rumors that have surfaced about them getting divorced. Again, like I said, this is not the first time for each of them. Blake Shelton dealt with this when he was divorcing from Miranda Lambert, as well as Gwen leaving Gavin Rossdale. But things are different now, and the two are standing up for their relationship and debunking these outlandish claims. In a new interview with Nylon Magazine, Gwen Stefani was the feature as she is doing press and preparing for her reunion with her band No Doubt, the significant and very impactful ska rock band from the 90s into the 2000s. And in this interview that she did with Nylon Magazine, there was so much that they talked about. But what was really a focus to Gwen emotionally was when she was asked, or when she spoke about her relationship and marriage to Blake Shelton. She did admit to having insecurities. She had a lot to say about this, but ultimately in the end, Blake and Gwen are saying no and debunking the rumors of the two of them getting a divorce. So let's go ahead and get right into what Gwen Stefani and Blake had to say about this. Now, what's interesting here is Gwen Stefani has admitted to having insecurities about her relationship with Blake Shelton, but she has clearly now overcome those insecurities. But it was quite recently that she was having these ideas. As we know, Blake and Gwen have done a numerous amount of duets together, features with one another on songs, their most recent being Purple Irises. And this is really where these insecurities and thoughts were coming into Gwen's mind before they released this new song, which just came out in February. But here's what Gwen had to say. Nylon notes, the day she wrote Purple Irises, Stefani was battling her usual studio nerves, but she'd also been thinking about her marriage. Gwen Stefani says, I had been going through those times where you're questioning, oh my gosh, am I just getting older? Am I cute? In my own relationship, even though I know the truth of what's happening today, you still create drama in your own mind about your insecurities and what might happen. I was in that phase of the relationship with Blake and getting paranoid. Blake Shelton chimes in and adds, it's an insecurity we both have. These are conversations that she and I have with each other. Are you still going to love me when I'm old, or if I forget who I am? And now we're going to dive into a little bit more of what the two had to say about the song Purple Irises as it relates to their relationship, their marriage, and some of these thoughts that Gwen may have been battling through their relationship around this time. The article reads, while working on the song, Stefani remembered a text that she had sent herself with the words Purple Irises, thinking it might make for a good lyric. During the early stages of the pandemic, Stefani and Shelton had discovered purple irises growing on his Oklahoma ranch and made a whole project of transplanting them. Blake says, Gwen has an incredible sense for planting things, how to grow them, and once it's growing, how to cultivate it, and when to prune something. He goes on to say, I like to farm on a big scale like corn or beans, acres at a time. She concentrates more on patches here and there and ends up farming things a little better than I do. Nylon writes, the thriving flowers became a reminder to Stefani to get out of her head. Gwen says, the truth is I am in love with my best friend, and all this shit I'm thinking of in my brain, that's all it is. I'm overthinking. Gwen continues and adds, but when you're in love and have truly aligned values, nobody can get to us. You can say whatever you want to say about our relationship. I mean, a week ago we were getting divorced again or something. It's just lies. The truth is the truth, and we know what that is. And so that negativity would never penetrate just by me being vulnerable and sharing a song that I didn't write for anybody else but myself and Blake. I'll be honest, it's a little surprising to hear Gwen Stefani have these insecurities about herself in the relationship with Blake Shelton. But again, the two are making it very clear that the speculation and rumors of them getting divorced is simply not true, and it is all lies. Blake Shelton has even said before in the past that the tabloids or anything reporting about his relationship is something that he simply writes off, and the information that everyone needs to focus on and needs to know will directly come from him anyways. But the two have simply become Such a wonderful couple. They clearly enjoy each other. And again, like I said, Blake Shelton just fell into that role of stepdad with Gwen Stefani's children from her previous marriage with Gavin Rossdale. And not only is such great things continuing to happen for the both of them off the stage, they are still just killing it out here on the stage and in the spotlight. Blake Shelton is currently out on his Back to the Honky Tonk tour. And like I said earlier, Gwen Stefani is preparing to reunite with No Doubt, the just significant and very impactful ska rock band that we all thoroughly enjoy. This is something that people have been anticipating for a really long time. Weren't really sure if it was ever going to happen, but at Coachella this year in April, No Doubt will be reuniting. The reunion will be happening. So from 2014 to 2024, the two have just as strong, if not stronger, of a relationship than they ever have before. That's your latest update here from CountryCast. Be sure to subscribe down below so you never miss out on any breaking news and updates.